Thought I'd show y'all a little bit of this before I said anything. It's snowing. We finally got some snow, guys. You know what that means? Leo's going camping. I thought about doing an outlaw, you know, way out in the middle of the woods. Y'all know I like to camp in weird places. I started to do this way out in the woods somewhere, and we got to thinking, you know, yeah, we'll just do it at the campground at Chancey's, and I've got power that way as long as it lasts. We're expecting more snow, so hopefully we'll keep power and that won't be a problem. And I've got my little heater set up in there right now. I brought me a little electric space heater, and I brought my diesel heater. I've got my little propane, my little buddy heater. Yeah, I've got plan A, B, C, D, and E to deal with the cold. Believe it or not, I really do. Plan A is electrical. You know, we'll go with that first. If that don't work, then we'll break out the diesel heater and go with that. If that gives me a problem, we'll break out the propane heater and we'll go with that. But so on and so on. But we've got, it looks like we've got about 2 inches on the ground, give or take, something like that. Let's see, inch and a half, 2 maybe, something like that. But we're expecting altogether, they're saying between 5 and 8 inches of snow that we're expected to get. So I figured it'd be a great time to go camping, wouldn't it? So I brought the ATV too. I'm gonna have me some fun. Haven't started yet, obviously, just now got here. I'm gonna set my tent up right about there, have my little fire pit and all my little comforts of home, and I should have heat in my tent. Well, I will have heat in my tent, so I'll have me a little hot tent going and have me a fire later. And I'm going to make some, what would be, in your opinion, on a day like this, tent camping, all right? Tent camping, what would be the coolest dinner you could probably think of? What would you really want? To me, it came down to 2 things: some hot homemade chicken noodle soup or some 5-alarm chili. Since my stomach, he don't really cooperate so much with the 5-alarm chili, we're going to go with the homemade chicken noodle. That's all from driving up here. Every bit of it. This thing was clean as a whistle when I loaded it. But anyway, I guess I need to get my tent out here and start getting set up. This will be my home for the next little while. In theory, I'll be heading home tomorrow. I've got some stuff. I'm doing one story right down here on River Road. This is Hatfield Bottom, Hatfield's hideout. In case y'all hadn't put 2 and 2 together yet, this Hatfield territory. As in the feud, yes. The spot itself, Chancey Hatfield owns it. A guy named Hank Hatfield actually owned it and gave it to his son Chancey. And Chancey put in a little campground here, and Hank runs the campground. And they've got, you know, well, that's a bathhouse right there, but we'll pretend it's not there. Just, you know, for the trip. We'll just pretend that none of these amenities are here. I'm the only one tent camping. The only one crazy enough to tent camp in this junk. But the river right over there, right here in this little curve. You've heard of the Hatfield McCoy feud. I'm sure y'all have. Johnsy and Rosanna, the ill-fated lovers from the Hatfield McCoy feud, according to legend, they were actually caught skinny dipping right over here. And I was down there fishing one time, made a joke about catching Johnsy's drawers, and swear to God, you ain't gonna believe it, I pulled out a pair of underwear. Made a big old joke about it. Got it on video too. If anybody don't believe me, I got it on video. I got the whole thing on tape. Pulling the underwear out of the river and everything. I cut my line, by the way. I wasn't about to take that off a hook. I cut my line. It's like catching a big turtle or something. But snow seems to be melting off the camper top. So he looks like he's warming up pretty good in there. But we'll see how well it does with the tent. I brought my 12 by 12 teepee tent, and I'm going to put him right there. I figured, you know, the steep pitch on it, on a teepee tent, might be better for snow, you know, kind of run off a little bit. But I guess I need to get to work, don't I? I've got a lot of stuff to do. Set up a whole campsite here in the snow, and fix me some dinner, all that good stuff. I'm gonna take ATV out, and I have a tradition. But it's not a really old one. I started in 2018 when I first bought this ATV. I have this thing called Snow Nut Day. I have a little spot called the Donut Hole that I've been going to ever since 2018. I went there the first snow of every season and just do 1,000 donuts. I call it Snow Nut Day. And it's become kind of a little tradition of mine, you know. But since I'm camping up here, I'm nowhere near the donut hole. So I'm going to have Snow Nut Day somewhere in Matewan. What I like on Snow Nut Day is there's a couple spots, you know, just go spin and do a bunch of donuts. And down in Williamson, I usually go down in town into the cobblestones, the cobblestone streets. Old cobblestones are slick as a ribbon when they get snowy. And I mean, man, you can do some unbelievable donuts on old cobblestones when they're covered in snow. You can have some fun. But anyway, I guess I need to get off of here, and I need to get to work. We're making progress. Got my tent up, got me a little fire going. Just one Duraflame log right now. I've got me a warm spot already. I'm just kind of thawing out my little fire ring. Get some of the snow melted out of it. We got some firewood down on the end, but I brought plenty Duraflame logs. I got a whole box of them. But got my ATV warming up. Hadn't been started in a while. Just started to do it on a trailer. First time since October, I think. I've even had it running. So I figured we'd let him warm up a little bit before we take off. And I've got my heat set up in here. Little warm place to retreat to when it gets cold. Warm your feet up. Kind of kick back. And yeah, just put your feet in front of the heater. Which I'm cheating. I've got my cow boots on, and I've got heated insoles inside my boots that I can work with a remote control, but I don't have them on right now. It's just for when it's like really cold. I just turn them on for a minute to break the chill. You know how cold has a way of seeping in after a while? You know, when you're standing ankle deep in snow, it tends to get cold after a while. I just usually just turn the boot heaters on for a minute, and just enough to break the chill, turn them back off again. Insulated boots, they'll get pretty warm. But it's a little bit windy out there. It's nice in here. It's probably 65, 70 inside here, no problem. So this will be plenty warm enough, and when I go to bed tonight, I'll put this in the back of my truck. Oh yeah, I was gonna show y'all. I didn't get a chance to show y'all this yet. Go ahead and just kill that. You're good. Check this out. I got him all stained. Looks pretty decent, don't it? Yeah, let me get around the other side where you can see it better. Not too bad, huh? Don't look too bad at all, does it? Got my little bed. I'll have my TV in there later. Everything. Should have everything I'll need. Minus a little bit of snow. Don't really need much of that in there. But other than that, man, we're doing great. We set up already. I figured it'd take a little bit longer than this to get, you know, to where I'm ready to actually jump on the ATV and go for a ride. I better close this. We're getting snow in there. Keep my bed dry. But yeah, well, so far so good. I've only seen the one car. So far, I haven't seen anybody else anywhere, which I guess is kind of, expected. given the situation. I guess that's to be expected. They're not going to be really packed today. But this is a nice little place. A lot of trail riders, they'll come down and they'll camp here and stuff. And I've seen this place packed all the way down. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna, here in a minute, I think I'll go for a ride first and then come back and fix dinner. That sounds like a better idea. It's probably pretty early still. I got an early start this morning. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. Today's the 15th, by the way, January 15th. I've got Wi-Fi here and one bar cell service, but I've got Wi-Fi, and Chancey has Wi-Fi repeaters on all the cabins, so I'm within range of the cabin, so I should have decent Wi-Fi. Won't have cell service much, but I've got Wi-Fi. That's all that matters. As long as I can get a hold of Heather, something don't go wrong back home, power outage or whatever, something happened. Get loaded up and get out of here quick and get back home. But anyway, yeah, we should be ready, man. We ready for some wintertime adventure now. Got me a little setup here, all warm in there, and go in and warm up. Got me a nice warm place to sleep for later, and my toys, of course. So I believe I'm going to go for a ride. We'll run up into town and see what's going on. I'm guessing not much. Can't really do this too long because I've got the camera in my hands. Can't really use gloves. I guess you could, but yeah. I ain't got no gloves on. Got my heated grips going, but this hand ain't using heated grips. It's holding the camera. It's pretty out. Enough of that. I'm gonna have to put my gloves on here. My fingers are freezing off. Guess I could try to use the camera with the gloves. It would work. Either way, we gotta have gloves. We'll see y'all in a minute. Honest, officer, I have no idea who could have done all them donuts in that parking lot. I have no idea. Hang on. guess I've suitably messed up this parking lot. Next. Oh yeah, I was going to show y'all town in the snow. Historic town of Matewan in the snow. Do a donut every now and then. That's the rule. Fun, y'all. A little bit of fun. Never hurt anybody, did it? Well, you know, usually. Donut tracks. I did 100 donuts there, y'all. Chill out. Chill out. Back at my little base camp now, inside my little tent. Got my heat going and trying to melt some snow to fix dinner later. Oh, there we go. We're getting there. I left the water at the house. I figured we got plenty of snow. We'll melt snow and fix dinner with snow. Why not? Why not? But I've got my little tent here. It's just my little junk area, you know, helmet and electronics, anything I want to keep semi-warm, you know, not quite frozen. But it's actually pretty warm in here. It's, I'm gonna guess, I don't know, 65, 70, something like that. It's not real cold. It's pretty warm in here. Feet are still a little bit cold, but I guess that's just a matter of turning on the boot heaters, isn't it? You can heat them up in a heartbeat. Check this out. She's still snowing. The truck's covered over again. That was clear when I got here. She's getting covered over again. Let me stick my head out here. Yeah, it's a coming down. The snow is a coming down. Got my little fire going still. I have to go down here in a little while. I got to go down this road here in a little while. Got a graveyard. You know, it's one of our historic site. Going to go down and visit a grave down there and tell y'all about it. But for right now, I figured I had better run back and get some stuff going here. I still yet got a thaw. My chicken's frozen solid, but so's my water, right? My water's frozen solid too, so I guess that kind of evens out, huh? But but yeah, I've got that little pot sitting in front of the heater. Just melt some snow real quick, and I'm gonna leave my chicken out. It's kind of semi-warm in the tent, warmer than outside, that's for sure. And in theory, she'll thaw in here, and if not, she'll certainly thaw when I start cooking it, won't it? But y'all look over my mess now, guys. Like I said, it's a mess in here. I've still yet got sand from when I went camping on the riverbank. I never got around to cleaning the sand out of the thing. And I opened it up, and the sand just, well, it's covered over now. You can't see it, but you can't see the sand, but it was completely over there. I mean, just nothing but sand was all you could see. That is something I'll probably have to pay a little bit of attention to tonight. You know, knocking the snow and ice off of it so it don't get too heavy. Which I guess that probably wouldn't hurt it, would it? She's getting snow covered, that's for sure. But she's holding heat. That's all we care about, ain't it? As long as she's holding a little bit of heat. God, it's supposed to be in the 20s tonight. It's going to be cold, cold, cold. And I think tomorrow night we might hit single digits tomorrow night. So we'll see. Hopefully Leo don't get snowed in, right? Wind up spending a couple extra nights here in a little bit colder temperatures than he planned on, huh? So now I figure worst case scenario, I know Chancey, I know the owners here. If I had to, I could leave all my stuff here, hop on the ATV, and run back to the house about half an hour from here, something like that. As far as that goes, you know, technically speaking, I could. Would rather not leave my stuff, but you know how that is. If you're snowed in, you're snowed in, right? But I don't think we will be. I think we're going to get, I'm thinking probably 5 inches, 6 inches of snow, something like that. It looks like we got a solid 2 inches now for sure. And she is still coming down fairly heavy. But we're supposed to get some heavier snow bands, I should say, for the afternoon hours anytime now. So we're going to get a little bit more snow. So I guess I'm going to go hang out for a little while. Just chill out, warm up, make me some hot cocoa maybe. And just concentrate on having a whole bunch of wintertime fun, huh? I did like 100 donuts on that thing. I was slinging it all over the place all morning long. I was having a ball on that thing out here. The trailhead won't have to plow their parking lot now. I got it for them. You guys are good. Don't worry about it. I got it for you. Alright, let's see if we can't get her to hold a little bit of heat. I hate that flap on this thing. It gets caught in the zipper all the time. And that white flap right there. And the rain flap for the outside. Not good enough. Okay, I need a little bit more snow here in a minute. It's starting to melt down. We're getting there. It was full. So I'm thinking maybe fill it one more time and melt it all down. Should be enough. And if not, there's plenty more snow, right? There's plenty more where that came from. right there, right outside my tent door. There's plenty of it. The water, the snow I'm cooking dinner with is from my picnic table outside. I took the little cup, you know, and just scraped the top off of it. You know, they say that, you know, you don't eat the first inch or two of snow. Let it clear, you know, clears the air. That's what Grandma used to say anyway. You know, about making snow cream. I don't know if y'all have ever made snow cream or not. It's kind of like ice cream. I forgot to get some milk, so here in a little while I'll have to run back out. I'll do that when I go to the graveyard. I'll run back out, go down to the grocery store, and you know, grab me a little half pint of milk, something like that. And you know, I think I might do that now. I got some hot chocolate over there somewhere, and I think I might go do that. I might just go ahead and get the milk and make me some hot chocolate. That sounds good on a day like today, don't it? Of course, I guess, you know, regular hot chocolate, you don't have to Nestle's. You know, in theory, you just add water. And my snow water is ready to go. Nice and steamy. Some hot chocolate sounds good right about now. You know, kind of just hang out and cook and just enjoy stuff. And I brought my laptop, so I've got some movies for later. And, you know, just kind of hang out, watch some movies, and have me a really awesome night. There's something about winter camping. Now, I've mentioned this before. I've got to move out front of that heater. That thing's going to cook me here in a minute. I got to lay the camera down. Here we go. The zipper gets hung in that rain fly. Ooh, it's cold outside. You can feel the temperature difference, that's for sure. You step outside that tent, man, you can feel the big old difference in temperature. It is freaking cold out here. But hey, this is where the adventure's at, ain't it? It's not at home, it's outside. It usually is, isn't it? My little fire's still going. My little Duraflame log. I love those things. They don't care about rain or snow. They just keep right on burning. I took them things out camping in thunderstorms, and Duraflame just keep right on going. They never did go out. But yeah, we getting kind of snowy, ain't we, guys? It's getting thick on there too. A little bit later, I'll have to put my heater back there for probably about 20 minutes or so to heat up the back of the camper before bedtime. These guys got it made, don't they? Them big old campers. Yeah, buddy. Let's see, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 campers? Which I don't think anybody's staying in them. I think they just leave them here. There's no vehicles. Just that one. There goes one now. These here look like trail riders. And I think I know that dude. I believe I do. I think I know who that is. I'll have to swing by a little bit later and see if that's him. But I went out while I was out riding around, stopped by buddies. Kevin Eastman has Eastman Power Sports, the dirty hooker. He used to be the dirty hooker, the trail towing guy. Comes and gets you on the trails you break down. But, you know, he's a friend of mine. I just thought while I was out, I'd run by and see what he was into. And he's kind of hanging around working on his shop. So, yeah, we'll go play in the snow. Alright, now you can see where I got my water at. I'm going to have to get some more too. I may as well go ahead and do that here in a minute. Let that be thawing. Slowly, of course, in the tent while I'm going down to do my video here in a minute. I believe I will. I believe I'll go ahead and do that. Go ahead and get the video part done. And then the rest of the trip is just all fun and games, you know what I mean? Get the work done and then it's on to the fun and games. Alright, knock some of the snow off my boots before I go in. Just thought I'd bring y'all out here and show you what it looks like out here. Look at that. I ain't been back, well, maybe 30 minutes or so. Not a little bit. Looks like about a half an inch, about half an hour. So we're still coming. We've still got snow inbound, don't we? But I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good old time. I love this kind of stuff. You know, just adventure. I love it. Love it. Alright, let me get back in here where it's nice and warm. Yes, little heater, I like you. Okay, now this is just down from the campground. It's right back up that way. The graveyards I was looking for, graveyard, I should say, is right down here. And I found it. I actually found 3. I found 2 other graveyards too. But unfortunately, guess what? You can't read the gravestones. They're covered in snow and ice. You can't see anything. I can tell there's a graveyard there, but I can't see any of it. So I thought I would stop right here just for a real quick minute and show y'all something. Now this right here, you see these 2 tunnels right here. There's one there and one here. And this one says 1914 and it says Hatfield on top of it. You see that up there, that little sign? Now this tunnel right here, it has a strange lineage. Okay, you see, back in the day, the Hatfield clan, they used to use this to slip liquor, to slip moonshine. In here. Hey, look, Heather. You been here, Heather? Somebody drew a pretty good dog. But anyway, they would bring vehicles through here and stuff like that, and they would have moonshine hidden inside those vehicles. And we ran into one of the Hatfields. His name was River. Was telling the story. He passed away in the 70s, but he's down here as well. So I'm gonna have to come back when it isn't quite so snowy. You know, I was thinking the snow would add something, you know, to the video. You know, really pretty scenery. And I suppose it did. It's really pretty scenery. You know, that it is. It's really pretty scenery all the way around. Problem is, you can't see the headstones. You can't tell who's who. So, anyway, all right. I'm going to, I guess since I'm already out, already cold, I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit while I'm out. Do some more donuts, perhaps. I like donuts. I like snow donuts. Those are fun. But anyway, I thought I would stop by here. I was going to show you this anyway. I was going to show you the graveyards and then show you the tunnels on the way back. There's an old video of River Hatfield right here. Matter of fact, back in the 70s, he was talking about how they used to sneak moonshine through these old tunnels. But they just built the bridge. This was an old train trestle right here until just recently. I think they finished it about a year ago, something like that. But anyway, all right, I'm going to flip around, I guess, and head back down that way. And she's a-doing good so far, no problem. She slid when I wanted her to and didn't when I didn't. But we're doing great so far. Having a good old time. It's a little bit cold outside now, I'm not going to lie. Once you step outside, it's pretty damn cold. I ain't going to lie to y'all. But anyway, it's nice inside my little tent. And, you know, of course, when you're out having fun, you don't really pay much attention to it anyway, you know. You just ride right through it and yeehaw, and just keep right on going. You don't really pay much attention to the cold. But just when you stop for some reason, you'd think it'd be worse when you're moving, but no. It's when you stop. All right, I guess I've came down, did my little search, and it don't look like it's going to produce any graves today. We're not going to get the story. Basically, it was from... I'll redo the story next time I come over, but for those of you who are familiar with the Hatfield McCoy feud, this was the Hatfield, the one that I was going to show you was the Hatfield. Y'all probably heard about the pawpaw tree incident where the 3 McCoy boys were tied up and killed. The Hatfield that I was going to show you guys today is the man who went and got the children and took them back to Randall McCoy. He was a Hatfield. Obviously, you know, he was a Hatfield. He's in Hatfield graveyard. And we'll come back and we'll memorialize him, and we'll do it right. You know, I don't want to halfway do it in the snow, I guess. I want to try to do it right. So we'll come back when the weather's a little bit prettier and redo that graveyard for you guys. There's actually 3. I found 2 more. But you can't read any of them, so, you know, there ain't much use trying. You know, go down there and clean off, wipe snow and ice off of stones all day and still not find it. And, you know, to be honest, I've got other stuff to do. You know how it is. You're dealing with winter. You know, you're dealing with this stuff. You know, and you're tent camping. You know, you're camping. You know, you do have a few things you need to pay attention to, if you know what I mean. So, I guess I need to head on back and perhaps pay attention to some of those things. But, yeah, it's a little snowy out, isn't it? A little bit. Not too bad. It's not real bad. I think it's probably, just guessing, I'm going to say somewhere around 20, give or take, something like that. Not real warm, that's for sure. It's not a warm day, y'all. All right, my hoodie's getting wet too. I didn't think about that. But all right, I guess I'm gonna go on back, head on back to the campground, head back to my campsite, and maybe get some food going. I'm kind of getting hungry. That hot chocolate was really freaking good, though. The only thing about it in weather like this, when I got it, when I first put it down, it was too hot to drink. Within 5 minutes, it was cold. So you've got to drink it quick. It gets cold fast out here. But, yeah, it's still coming down, isn't it? Got real fine, real tiny little snowflakes, real fine stuff. Can you imagine, though, drilling them holes through the mountain? Back when I was little, see, this is a big loop. The river, it goes down in loops. And my aunt and uncle lived down here about 2 miles. When I was little, we'd put inner tubes in the river, and we'd float down the river on inner tubes. And when it came back around, the river did to that side of the mountain, we'd jump out and grab our inner tubes and bring them through the tunnel here and, you know, jump back in the river and float back down to the house. And it took all day to do it. But we used to do that all the time. It was an all-day thing, you know, to put in the river, and you'd float down to the tunnel, go through the tunnel, and put back in the river and float back down to your house. You float from your house and back to your house. So this tunnel, it does hold a little bit of nostalgia for me, you know. I was a little bitty kid, and we used to carry inner tubes through there, you know. We weren't exactly smuggling moonshine, but I don't think we were supposed to be in there, really. But you know how kids are. We didn't care. We was just out playing, you know. We float in the river. We didn't care. All right, now I'm gonna head on back. Getting a little bit snowy, y'all. Everything's getting snow in it. Sure is pretty out, ain't it? Look at that. There's the river down there. Bump. Basically what the graveyard looked like right there. Couldn't see anything. right there. I fished over a couple times. Been years ago, but I have fished here. Tent in the woods. Well, almost in the woods. Tent outside anyway. We're at a campground, but you know, we're cheating a little bit. They got some cute little cabins though, don't they? Kayaks, stuff like that. You could play in the water. Right there's the spot I was telling y'all about where Chauncey Hatfield and Rosanna McCoy were caught skinny dipping. They were supposed to be feuding, alright? We're supposed to be killing each other, not skinny dipping. But yeah, we were skinny dipping. Seems a little easier than feuding, don't it? And we are back home. Sort of. More or less. Home for now. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Whatever it is, we're here. Make sure my heated grips are off. They'll kill my battery if you ain't careful with them. I got them wired directly in. All right. Let's go see. Go see if my water, or well, my snow thawed out enough to get dinner started. You can see where I got my water right here off a picnic table. Well, it's snowing again. Well, actually, it never did really stop, to be honest. I've got my door cracked a little bit and my window open a little bit. It's kind of, you know, humid, cooking. Check this out. Let me move my chair up. Made me a nice big seating area. So, yeah, it's real nice and warm in here. Got my heat going, melting some more snow. Melting some more snow for my chicken. I'll have to throw that snow in there in a minute. This is all snow. I'm cooking on snow today, y'all. How good does that look, though? We're getting there. Let that cook down a little bit, bone it, and all that good stuff. I've got, where is it? Right here. That one's breakfast. Got my noodles, and I've got seasonings already in there. A little salt, a little pepper, tiny bit of Italian, and a little bit of parsley just for pretty effect, and a tiny bit of sage. Just a pinch. I like the aroma, you know, of sage. That smoky kind of flavor, you know. So I like that. So we went ahead and got everything mixed up. All I got to do is just dump the little Ziploc baggie in there when I'm ready. But we're getting there. We're cooking. We're simmering our little hearts out, ain't we? Yeah, my snow melter. That hot chocolate with snow was pretty good. It was really good, actually. I killed that whole thing. I made that whole tumbler full of hot chocolate and then pounded the entire thing. It was freaking delicious. I don't know if it's because of all this or because the hot chocolate was that good, but either way, I pounded that entire thing, and I've been to the bathroom twice. Lesson learned. Don't drink great big tumblers full of hot chocolate because you're gonna have to go to the bathroom. Lesson learned. Let's see, that's breakfast stuff. Got a little bit of a mess. Like I said, I had that river sand in my tent. I didn't clean the river sand out from the last time I went camping, and every time I come in I'm tracking snow, and it melts as soon as it gets in here. I mean, anything, you can see the water on the outside of the tent. The tent is really warm. The snow is melting. Just as soon as it hits the tent, it melts. But hang on, we'll get it outside. I hate the zipper. All the time getting stuck. All the time. Check this out though, right outside my little tent. Little frozen, well, frozen everything, isn't it? There ain't nothing thawed out here. Fire's almost out. I let it go out while I was out looking for graveyards and going down by the old train trestle, old train bridge. I just didn't bother with it. I let it go out. To be honest, I'm doing good. You know, I had to peel the rain gear off. If you're not moving, you know, that's a great trick if you're you're out riding and stuff. But man, if you're not moving, that will cook you. And I had to peel the rain gear off. I was starting to sweat a little bit, and you don't want to sweat, you know, in a situation like this. You don't want to get wet for sure. You want to stay good and dry. So I went ahead and peeled the rain gear off and just kind of threw it over in the corner in the tent. But yeah, I really like it, man. That little teepee tent's doing great. I thought about bringing something bigger. You know, one of the big 12 by 16, or maybe even the canopy. You know, bring the whole canopy thing and set it up. Maybe even put a little tent inside of it. How cool would that be? Probably be pretty warm too, wouldn't it? But I don't think we're going to need it. That is doing really good. It's really warm inside there, and I don't plan to sleep there anyway. Once it gets, I don't know, 10, 11, whenever I get ready to go to bed, or well, whenever I get ready to warm the truck up, I'll move the heater from there to there, and, you know, thaw the truck bed out and heat my bedroom up before bedtime. But yeah, so far so good. I'm having a great old time. I've done countless donuts. Had that little ATV drifting for a while. Couple of them wasn't on purpose. Okay, they were on purpose, but not entirely on purpose. I slid further than I thought I would. That's okay. That's okay. It was fun, man. I was howling. I caught myself like 3 or 4 times, you know, like laughing out loud, you know, right in town doing donuts, just, you know, raising all kinds of hell right in town and just laughing. All right, Leo, you need to quit. You're getting a little out of hand here. I dropped him back into Ford, came up, left the parking lot for a while. But I don't know how many I did, man. I had him like drifting and doing this junk and all kinds of crazy stuff. That was fun though. I had a ball. That was absolutely fun. I didn't even turn my stereo on. It's little sweet little ATV. It's 18 model. This is a CF Moto, guys. This was $4,100 brand new off the showroom floor. They make really nice ATVs. This thing has, if I'm not mistaken, about 14,000 miles on it. If I'm not mistaken, it's an 18 model, and it's got right at 14. And I mean, man, I ain't done nothing. The actuator on the front differential went out. It wouldn't shift into 4-wheel drive. $40. That's it. That is it. That's the only money I've put into this thing other than like belts and junk. Now that, come to think of it, that I don't like the way the belt setup is on this. You just about have to have air tools to change the belt. My Can-Am, if I'm out on the trails and I break a belt with my Can-Am, I can change a belt in about 20 minutes. With this thing, you pretty much have to have air tools. You know, you could use little, torque guns, stuff like that, but they just turn the engine over. It's got a big 32 millimeter socket or nut, and you just about have to have an impact gun to take it off. That is the only thing that I don't like about this little machine. It has been a great little ride. I got heated grips on it, and it's got a 1,000-watt mini amp inside this little bag right here. The thing will blow you right off the seats. A 1,000-watt mini amp on a little ATV. You got to get hillbilly, right? You got to get hillbilly. I would have put one of them, Dukes of Hazzard horns on it, but I couldn't find one. They're a little bit too big anyway. It's like a 5-horn deal. I had one on it. I had a train horn on it for a couple years. When I'd be doing tours, come across the tracks up here at Matewan, the trains up there, we'd have air horn fights while me and the trail riders were waiting for the train to pass. Life is good, y'all. You got to make it good anyway, don't you? It is what it is, I suppose, but you can make it what it is. You can make it what you want. Today's a miserable day. I could have stayed home. I could have stayed where it was nice and warm and kicked my shoes off and watched TV until all of this passed. But at the same time, I can come out here and do this and have me a real adventure. Yes, it's warm in here. Ooh, yes. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Slide my chair back a little bit. Yeah, I got plenty of room to move around in here. It's nice and warm. I'm just using this. I'm not sleeping in here or anything. I'm just using this as a place to, a warm spot to hang out and cook and do different things. Just go warm up, basically. A good spot to go warm up where you can stand and all that. The truck bed, it's heated too, but you can't stand up in that. You can't really move around. It's kind of a sit or lay, lounge, is about all you can do in the truck bed. And, in the tent, you can do anything you want. You can do anything you want in here. You got plenty of room. All kinds of extra room. Getting some water in here though, where that snow's melting. And you can see the water on the outside of the tent. Little droplets of water. It's melting just as soon as it hits the tent, it melts. But I guess I'll leave the little crack open, kind of let the cold air suck the humidity out of the tent. If you close it up, it wants to get all damp inside, so just open it up and the cold air just woof. As soon as you open it up, you can pretty much watch the humidity go out. It just freezes outside. All this moisture, coming off that chicken, off that water. My snow's melting, isn't it? He's getting there. That'll give me about, a quarter cup. Once that melts all the way down, something like that. Quarter cup of water. But we got plenty more. We got plenty more. Not a problem. My dinner should be as pure as the driven snow. Cool, ain't it, guys? This is really cool, man. I am thoroughly enjoying this. I really am. This is really cool. Y'all should do this. Pick you a good snowy day. Get the tent out. Wrap him up good. Just an old tarp. Well, not an old tarp. That's a good one. It's one of the heavy duty, you know, thick ones. It holds heat. That's all that matters, ain't it? It holds heat. I've camped in this one in 20 degrees, you know, several times. My other one, I got a cabin tent at the house. I've probably camped, I don't even know how many frozen nights in that thing. But I'm loaded for bear this time, brother. I got a little bit of everything. I got all kinds of crazy junk. That's stuff that I know for a fact I will not have time to play with. But we got toys, right? That's the main thing. We got toys. Alright, let's check on my chicken to see how we're doing. Yeah. So far my ingredient list is chicken and snow. That's my ingredients right there. Chicken and snow. Alright, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to kick back for a little while. It's kind of blustery out there. The wind just whipping through this big open valley. She is not a warm night, y'all. Should be getting dark here in a couple hours. It's about, I'm going to say 4:21. Can you tell? See what they say the weather is. I've got a thermometer here somewhere, but I can't find it. I looked for it and couldn't find it. 25 right now with snow flurries. Says going to 22 tonight, but where we're down here on the river, I don't know. We'll see. Winter storm warning. 4 to 8 inches. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. 3 to 5 through tomorrow or Tuesday morning, bringing this total accumulations in the 4 to 8 inch range. Cool. Very interesting. Very interesting. I like the little graphic with the snow on it too, you know. Kind of fitting. You can hear it if I turn the heater off. You can hear it hitting the tent. Okay, guess what? The chicken noodle is done. And I am freaking starving to death. See what y'all think. Oh yeah. Can you see that? Uh-huh. Hang on. Homemade chicken noodle in a snow tent. Old-fashioned table it is. That looks incredible. And I kid you not, that sage and Italian seasoning in this smells unbelievably good. This whole tent smells incredibly delicious. Juice. The soup. Oh yeah. There's snow sliding off the outside of the tent. Look at that. Well, that looks really good on a night like this, don't it? There we go. Ooh, that is really thick looking broth. Look at that. It should be. It simmered for, altogether I cooked this for about 4 hours. I went through a can of butane and started on another can to finish it. Oh God, yes. Oh, that is really good. It is really hot though. Alright, we gotta give it a minute. Burning my leg just holding it. Got another bowl. Anybody hungry? It's really good. Kid you not. There. But yeah, everything is going well. Just kind of hanging out in my little tent. Got my little heater going. I've had to open the door several times, but that's okay. I had to go back out and get snow about 7 different times altogether. So it helps, you know. You just open the door, and where it's so cold out when you're cooking, the humidity inside the tent, you open the door and, you know, you can just practically watch the place dry out. You know, the walls are a little bit wet over on this side, but no biggie. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. It's not like light fluffy snow now. It's kind of like sleet, you know, little tiny ice balls, that sort of thing. But it's definitely getting deeper. It's definitely building up outside. So anyway this goes, the drive home tomorrow is going to be very interesting. Oh God, yes. That broth is incredibly good. Wow. Just look how pretty it is out here tonight. Snow coming down still. It's still snowing. It's time is it? 7:30. What's 23 it says. I was just looking. See, it says 22 there, but if you check it hourly, it says 14 degrees at 7 o'clock in the morning, which that says a low of 22, if you know, low of 22 tonight, but we'll see. Which I guess 22, 14, you know, they're not that drastically different, I suppose. A few degrees. But I should be okay. Oh man, did I leave my window down? No. Okay, it's vent visor. Wow, freaked me out for a second. Looked like I left my window down, don't it? I'm going to have to here in a minute. I was thinking before I go in there, before I put the heat in the camper, I need to probably go ahead and knock some of that snow off there. I mean, I know it's not very likely, but I was just thinking once I put that heater in there and heat that thing up, all that snow runs down, gets down in here and freezes, and you're trapped in there in the morning. I think I'll just go ahead and, get that. I brought the window scraper anyway, so I'll go ahead and wipe it off here in a little while. It is absolutely quiet out here, guys. There is not a sound anywhere. No animals, no people, no cars, no side-by-sides, no nothing. It's just little Leo out here in the snow. Not really. It's not that cold. I'm good. I'm actually very much enjoying this. The tent, you can't sit directly in front of the heater. It'll cook you, you know, with, well, I guess part of it's probably what I'm wearing too. I've still got some of I've got my coveralls on. I don't have the outer layer, but I've got my coveralls on. I brought the chicken noodle. After I ate, I brought it out here, and I figured I'd just sit it out here and let it freeze and take it home with me tomorrow. I just let it freeze. Straight off the pot, right? Straight out of the pot. Right, actually, it didn't even come out of the pot. That's the pot I cooked it in. So yeah, straight off the burner. I got a bowl of it and brought it out here and froze it. So I like to take Heather home a little bit if I can. You know, the goofy stuff I make when I'm out doing these little camping trips. If I can, if it's cold, you know, I'll take some of it, some fried catfish or whatever, you know, whatever the case may be. And if it's cold enough, I'll leave it out and let it freeze. Take Heather a bite. Just let her try it out. Got my little fire going. I started me a couple Duraflame logs. I bit the bullet and put whole ones in this time. I usually do like little thirds, you know, 3 pieces, chop it up with a hatchet. But it's pretty stinking cold out here tonight, in case, you know, that didn't give you that hint. It's pretty cold. So I figured I'd get me a good little fire going for when I'm out. I can kind of hang out by the fire and just enjoy, you know. I was planning to take the ATV out some tonight, but I'll just be honest with you guys, I am very much enjoying this. I'm just kind of hanging out, and you know, I'm in and out doing stuff, you know, in the truck and back in the tent, you know, warm my feet up a little bit and mess around with this and that. You know how it is when you're camping. There's always some, oh yeah, I forgot such and such in the truck. Oh yeah. Run back out and get it. But I guess I need to break out my brush here in a minute. Figure I'll put my heat over there. Probably switch them out around 10 or so. Switch the heat out over to there, over to the bedroom. And from the living room kitchen area to the bedroom. And get ready for nighttime. But this should be really, really pretty in the morning when I wake up and look out those windows. I scraped that back one off. I did this lake trip not long ago, and it was just this beautiful, beautiful scenic backdrop. And there was a decal right in the middle of the window. So I scraped it off there and cleaned it all up, so got a really good clear view, you know, all the way around. I like that. Of course, I don't guess you'll have a view out the front. It's covered with snow. That's not going to melt. This will. But I believe I should be good. I've got a little rug down in there, and I've got my bed up off the ground, up off the truck bed. So I think I'll be good. And in here's really warm. It's very nice. I mean, this is straight up hot tent, you know. It's very warm in here, just as warm as I want to be. You know, you could sit right in front of the heater. It's too hot in front of the heater. You have to either turn it down or turn it away from you. But yeah, really nice. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I like my little house. Listen to that snow. Cool. Just kind of hanging out and playing with the phone, looking at the YouTube channel. It's getting there, isn't it, guys? It's almost monetized. We got to get to 1,000 to get there, but we're getting there sooner or later. And even if we don't, I am having a ball trying. I'll just be honest with you. I'm having a great time, guys. This is really cool, you know? Adventure time kind of thing, you know? It's, I don't know. I know it's kind of dumb. You know, you're camping. You know, you're camping in the snow, you know, big deal. But in another way, you know, to me anyhow, you know, this will be something when I'm old and gray and look back at this video or pictures or whatever. I'm sure this is going to make me grin when I'm old and gray, right? But this already, man, this has been an awesome little adventure. And I'm looking forward to the truck thing too, you know, trying out my new setup in there. I made me a whole bunch of little bins that I can access from inside without having to get out. So I've got access to everything in the underbed storage area, just right there, you know. You just got to you do have to get the hang of how to move around. And I did notice that. You have to get the hang of how to move around in the area because you've got, you know, you've got the bed thing on the left, and then the right side is the open area. That's the only place you can go in, you know, so you got to go in, roll over onto the bed if you're going that way, or go straight on up to the end of the table, you know, like when I was fixing the catfish at Walmart. You know, just go straight on up to the end. So you do have to kind of finagle your way in and out of the truck camper, but it's pretty comfortable. And I'll be honest, you know, I really like that view. I like being able to. I like it when I wake up somewhere and there's just some spectacular view, you know, and you're all snug in your bed and looking at this view, and you know, you probably got coffee warming up or whatever, and it's just really insanely cool, you know. It's just, I don't know, kind of take your breath just a little bit, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying about stuff like that. It's just really, I guess it's personal, I suppose, to everybody, you know. Some people would hate this, I'm sure. You know, some people would rather die than come out here and tent camp in the snow, you know, not knowing how much snow you're actually going to get. You know, I mean, it looks like it's going to be, I'm going to say 6 or less. So I don't think we're going to get anywhere near no 8 inches of snow. But still yet, you know, driving over here in the snow and driving back home in the snow is, well, you know, it's West Virginia. There's mountains. That we've got an old saying here: it don't matter where you're going because it's uphill both ways. So you're going to have to go up and down mountains regardless. You know, going anywhere. You know, walk across a parking lot, just about have to go up a mountain. So there's going to be some slick spots in the morning. You know, well, tomorrow, heading back, I'll get the ATV out in the morning when all the snow's done, when it's as deep as it's going to get, and, you know, get out and play in it, maybe go up in the woods, you know, for a little while, taking up on the trails, or just right over here, right across the river. You can go hit the Hatfield McCoy trails. And on the Kentucky side, over this way, there's a place called Peter Fork Mountain. And there's a lot of, they're called outlaw trails. It's just any trail that's not Hatfield McCoy trail system is called an outlaw trail. And they just go for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. This one here, you can cross. I'm just barely in Kentucky. You can cross the entire state of Kentucky, and it ties into Virginia. And, you know, on side-by-sides and ATVs, stuff like that, you know, you can, if you know the right way to go, you can go all the way across the entire state out there. You can literally cross the entire state of Kentucky on a side-by-side or ATV, stuff like that. You know, I do tours out through there sometimes. Well, I used to. used to do trail tours. I'm retired now. I'm a full-time YouTuber now, guys. Yeah, we've gone full-time YouTuber. So, yeah, we appreciate y'all, by the way. We appreciate every single one of y'all, helping us out and subscribing. And, it makes a big difference. It really does. It helps a lot. So we appreciate y'all. Just wanted to tell y'all that. Make sure I mention that. I like to mention that kind of stuff. I think it's important. But anyway, I guess I'm gonna turn my camera off. I need to go out and clear the snow off of the truck, and I can't really think of anything else that I need to get done before bedtime. I've got my little go bag, we'll call it, electronics and batteries and things like that you don't want to get cold. So I'm just kind of keeping them wherever the warm spot is. On the way up, they were in the cab of the truck with me. Since the heat's been in here, they've been in here. When I go in the truck, they'll go in there. Just move it to wherever the warm spot is. You know how that is. Batteries don't like these kinds of temperatures. They don't appreciate that stuff at all, as a matter of fact. Alright, guys, I'm going to kick back here for just a minute, I do believe. Relax. Enjoy my super peaceful, frozen fortress of solitude. How about that? And just relax for a while and just try to soak it all up, you know what I mean? Maybe go out here in a minute, hang out by my little fire, clean the truck off, just hang out by the heater. We'll throw that in there too. We'll probably be doing some of that. Once you get out there, that cold, it sinks in, it seeps through your shoes after a while, after you're out there in it, ankle deep, knee deep, well, whatever, above ankle, but whatever. So check this out. I found it. 72.5 inside and 21.6 outside. Not bad. In case any of you've ever wondered about heating a tent, if you put a tarp over it, yeah, it seems to work pretty good. This one up, 73. That is sweet. Well, I've moved into my little camper and got my heat going down there. Got my boots back there, they're covered in snow, so I put them back there to drain. And got my coveralls right in front of the heater, dry my pant legs out a little bit. I can see ice melting off of the windows, but it's still getting there, isn't it? I think it's 48 in here right now. It feels warmer. I think the air is probably warmer than 48. It's just the truck bed hasn't figured that out yet, that it's actually warmer. Which I would imagine that cold outside, it's 20 degrees. I would imagine that seeps right through some metal pretty good. But we're coming up. It's 48 now. I've only had the heater in here for about 20 minutes. So we'll let him warm up a little bit more and we'll see how the heater does. I'm hoping that I think that I've got it on high. I think that that's going to be too much for inside here. That was heating that big tent on that same setting. So I would imagine once it gets this thing warm, I won't need anywhere near that much horsepower. Run it on low maybe when I get ready to go to bed. But I just figured I'd come in and watch a couple movies, see what Heather's got for me. Whole bunch of them. Science fiction. Gods of Egypt. American Dad season. Wow, 36. American Dad's been on for 36 seasons, really? Huh. And like what, 5 seasons a year? Some Family Guy episodes. And a movie called Solar Attack. The disaster movie, one of those. I like those. I get enough reality in reality. So, yeah. I like to, when I watch TV, I generally like to watch something silly, something goofy. But I guess that's just me, you know. I'm serious when I have to be, but if I don't have to be, I probably won't be. You know what I mean? One of those people. 49.3. It's slowly coming up, which it's what, 20 outside and 49.3 in here. So we're coming up. It feels warm. It doesn't feel cold. And like I said, all the ice is pretty much, you can see it running down the glass. Good morning. It's, hang on, I think about 8. Yeah, about 8:15. Check this out. It snowed all night long. Not real hard, but continuously all night long. Check out my tent. It's completely covered. Looks really cold out, don't it? All that snow I scraped off the picnic table's back. And the ATV's covered too. Check this out though. I can get it. 17 outside and 70 degrees inside. 70 degrees in here. That is not bad. I'll just tell you, I slept really good. I fell asleep kind of early talking to Heather. Yeah. Well, I was later watching TV and it dozed off, and Heather called and woke me up. I slept incredibly good last night. I woke up about 2 o'clock with a little headache. Took a couple ibuprofen, but went right back to sleep. No, headache died, and just slept incredibly good. I don't know if it's all the snow outside making me, just something about it makes you feel relaxed. You're not going to get any visitors, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to get any visitors today. But either way, I slept really good last night. I guess here in a minute, get up, get situated. It's still early. It's about 8:15. It's still early morning, and I think the snow's supposed to stop around 10. If I remember right, they said snow till about 9 or 10, something like that. So, on the fun side, I get to drive home in it later. Yay! Well, it's about 9:30, and I've moved my heat source back over to the tent. Check this out. 17 outside, 61 in here, which I've only had it in here for about, I don't know, 20 minutes, something like that. Not long. Just came out and figured I'd thaw my tent the whole thing is frozen. And this thing was frozen solid. So that's going to be a little bit interesting. I'm kind of thinking my tent might be frozen to the ground. I'm not really sure yet. I haven't attempted to take it loose. I'm not quite ready yet anyway. I'm going to try to pack up. We're expecting me. Get a hold of that thing. Lord, I hate the zipper. Check this out. Truck's covered again. ATV's covered again. Wow. That is beautiful though, isn't it, guys? That is absolutely beautiful. Get out here in the open. Gotta squint my eyes. I'm kind of snowblind here. How pretty is that? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But I'm trying to thaw this puppy out. I figure I'll have to dig some of that loose around the bottom of it. But here in a little while I'll go ahead and start warming things up. Look at the ice that ran off that thing. From that heater, melting it all from the top, and then it runs down and freezes. Wow. He's really on there, ain't he? Alright, you can stay. Not that big a deal. Heather's chicken. I think it's really good and frozen, I'm pretty sure. But I do believe, I heard a salt truck a little while ago, heard a scraper heading up the way. So we're out in force. We're trying to do something, you know. So it's supposed to be, the snow's tapering down now. It should quit within the next hour or so. So I guess I'll warm the truck up and move the ATV and get all the little stuff packed away. Leave my tent and my heat, you know. That way I've got a warm place to go, you know, go hang out, warm my feet back up, that kind of thing. You know, just have a little cool place. Well, a warm place. The cool place is outside, isn't it? But, you know, just have me a nice warm place. And got up this morning. Have y'all ever tried to put on hunting boots and coveralls in the back of a pickup truck? Brother, I done told you, that is a feat of amazing engineering. Just to get your coveralls on in the morning. There's a trick to it. You have to do, because these are rubber boots, you know, they'll grip to the material. So you have to put the boots on first. Temperature drops a couple degrees in here just that fast. You have to put the boots on first, unzip the pant legs, put your legs through, then raise your butt up, pull everything up underneath you, sit back down, zip the legs, then raise your butt up and pull the coveralls up. It is an amazing feat of little ingenuity and engineering as well. Just getting dressed, you know, just getting your coveralls back on, getting ready for the day. But yes, 16.7 out there. Burr. Whole bunch of burr. Alright, I'm gonna hang out by my heat for a little while. Let me get my phone out, see what's going on YouTube, see what all you guys are into today. I brought some eggs back there for breakfast, but to be honest with you, I'm not hungry. Not hungry. So I'm just going to kind of hang out, do a little bit at a time, you know, just kind of pick at it, and you know, start getting some stuff gathered up, little oddball things, you know, little pots and pans and bowls and things like that, and get that all gathered up. There's a lot of crap. There's a lot of crap. I thought I was packing somewhat light, which I went a little bit overkill on, you know, the heat sources, just to be on the safe side. I knew that, you know, it's going to be really, really, really cold. And tonight it's going to be even colder than last night. It's going to be a lot colder than that. So, I guess I want to, here in a little while, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to give the salt trucks a little while, the scrapers. Let them run for a little while. And probably wait till about 2 when the sun, in theory, the sun's going to come out later, supposedly. We'll see. But, I guess, you know, pick at it a little bit at a time and just, you know, enjoy it. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I mean, this is some serious adventure on a stick, is it not? But I brought the little heater and brought the diesel heater. Let's see, diesel heater, that's plan A. Diesel heater's plan B. Propane heater was plan C. The tent heater, my little wax paraffin, that's plan what, A, B, C, D. Hyper insulating was plan E. And pack up and go home was plan F. That's, you know, failure. F, failure. You failed. We don't like plan F. We don't like plan F. So we're not going to do plan F one way or the other. We're not going to do plan F till we get ready to do plan F. So we're gonna stick it out and have fun, make the best of it, you know, just like anything else, right? Just like whatever, you know, make the best of it. But something like this, I mean, this is something, you know, doing stuff like this, you know, for this, you know, I've done winter camping and stuff for years, long before YouTube, you know, before we started doing YouTube. But, you know, it's gotten a lot more elaborate since I've been doing the YouTube stuff, you know. You know, just all kinds of crazy equipment and, you know, and people send you stuff. Wow. Looks like we got, let's see. I have to get me some sunglasses here in a minute. I'm snowblind out here. It looks like a good solid 4 to 5, 5. We'll say 5 to 6. Oh, that's just a little pole, I'm sure, on something. Yeah, on the picnic tables, that looks a lot more like 6. Yeah, we'll say 4 or 5 actually. I don't believe that's 6 inches. It's enough though, isn't it? It is enough. Just look at the mountains. Look at that. There's my neighbor heading out, getting a side-by-side out for a little spin. I saw them earlier. They were out there wiping snow off. I walked out and spoke. Frosty morning, ain't it, fellas? This is really cool though, man. I like this. Oh, hey, how's it going? I noticed it. Kevin said you was down here. How's it going?
It's going good.
I heard that, man.
Couldn't go play on the trails.
I heard that, man. I heard that.
Pictures.
Yeah, I went out yesterday. I went, did a bunch of riding. I went down Trailhead, did like 1,000 donuts in the parking lot.
Hell yeah. Probably gonna bust a couple here and there.
Yeah, the parking lot, it was in really good shape yesterday. She real good and slick.
So was that road out there.
Is it? You been out?
Yeah, I've been out this morning.
Oh, have you?
That was me that went out in the truck this morning when you was getting up.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I saw the truck going out. I didn't know it was you though.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, Kevin said you was over here. I stopped by his place yesterday when I was out running around. Swung by the shop, see what he's into. So you camping out? You got your camper down there?
Man, I've been here for 13 months.
I heard that. That's what I thought. I thought you had been here for a little while, but I wasn't sure.
We're actually going. We're looking for some land, dude. We're gonna move here.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I heard that.
I'm your neighbor now.
I heard that, man. I heard that's cool. That is cool, man. That is cool. It's something about the place, man. It's a lot of fun, ain't it?
Yeah, look at it.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
It's like a little candy land, man. Yeah, all year. I know what you mean. I get it. I totally get it. I've had people on my tours buy places down here. You know, go on the tours and like the area so much. You know, just I'm gonna buy me a house, and yeah, okay, you know, and they do it.
Yeah, a lot of them just buying it for a weekend thing. We're permanent. We're here.
Yeah. I heard that, man. I like that Can-Am. Where's your other one at? Is it down there? The Commander?
That's hers.
Oh, is it hers?
Yeah, that one's hers.
Uh-oh.
I think I heard one now. We have 3. All Can-Am.
I heard that, man. I heard that. I love mine. I love my Can-Am, man. That thing is a beast.
She was gonna get the Defender with the heat and air in it.
Yeah.
And just that one matched her car, so she got that
matched the car. I do that. I've been known to buy red vehicles. My truck, the Mustang, the truck, motorcycle, chainsaws. Yay! Dead battery. Yay! I needed a dead battery. I needed that. Yeah. It's awesome. It's great. Oh well, this is life, right? Luckily, I have a spare battery. I have the battery that goes to the diesel heater. He's fully charged. So, and I just happen to have jumper cables. Hillbilly, remember? I've actually got I've got a big tool tote that it's like 60 pounds. I usually take it on the Can-Am, you know, when I'm riding the trails, because you know there's constantly a breakdown out there. You know, every trip there's a flat or some bolt breaks loose or something. So you know, you get used to this, you know. This kind of, you know, it runs off your back. It's a little pain in the butt. You know, you got to move the battery and hook up the cables. But it's not the end of the world, right? It's an extra 10 minutes out of your day. You know, that's the way you try to look at it. All right, I just thought I'd, you know, bring y'all along for some of the less fun aspects. Man, it's dirty in it. You got a lot of miles up. Alright, let's go get the other battery. Kind of scared me for a second when that one wouldn't fire up. I was thinking, oh crap. It ain't that cold, is it? I don't know. I guess I may have a short in that thing somewhere. So I've had the battery out of it. I've had it winterized. You know, I usually use the Can-Am, ride it in the wintertime. But I thought I'd take it. Well, I guess you can see I got the ATV loaded. He fired right up. It's just a battery, so I took the battery out and put it in the back of the truck. I don't want to murder it. I'll go home, recharge it, see what's going on. I think it's my heated grips, hand grips, I believe. Anyway, minor thing, right? Not a problem. Took me 10 minutes. No biggie. I got everything all loaded up. Had a time with that tent, man. It had ice. It had frozen to the snow. And everything under it, the ground. Check that out. Everything under it. I melted all the snow underneath the tent. But along the edges and the ropes and stuff and the stakes in the ground, all of that stuff was frozen. I had to beat and kick and jerk and pull and carry on, all that good stuff. But we got her loose. We got her out of there. And we got everything packed up, and we got one little patch of non-snow ground. It's a good thing. Look here. deer poop. That was under my tent. I didn't even know it. It was under the snow when I set the tent up. But it didn't get smooshed, so I guess we're okay, right? I think I had my stove sitting about in here somewhere. So yeah, I never walked over on that side. You can tell my walkway where I was walking in and out right here. But anyway, this has been a thoroughly fun little adventure. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you've enjoyed this 1/3 as much as I have. And I hope that you are tired and hungry and cold and wet and ready to go back home. But we've got everything all loaded up and ready to go. Oh, I guess the only thing left is to, call Heather in a minute and tell her I'm on my way. And I've got some treacherous driving ahead of me, that's for sure. I've got about a half an hour of, about a half an hour drive to get back home. But, oh well, we somewhat experienced in snow and we got 4-wheel drive. We're dragging a trailer, kind of puts a kink in the plan, but oh well, right? Hopefully he'll stay behind me the whole trip, won't give me any trouble. But anyway, all right guys, I guess I'm going to get out of here from Hatfield Bottom, from Hatfield Hideout and Riverfront Campground, Riverview Campground, excuse me. Chancey Hatfield's a good friend of mine. His dad, Hank, owned this place. And if y'all want to come down, they got cabins. They got some cabins right there you can rent. And all kinds of really cool spaces. They got a really good area here. And the Hatfield McCoy trail system is right over here. Outlaw trails are right over here. So this is a really good spot. If you're a trail rider, this is a really good spot to come camp out. And I've camped here numerous times. During the summer we did this thing, camping trip on the trail tours. I've had tents all the way up down that over there. Hank said he was going to call it Leo's Corner at one point. But Heather and I stayed in, I think it was that one, might have been this one, but we stayed in, Heather and I came over about a year ago. We stayed in one of them and just goofing off, spend the night, that kind of thing. I think we did a little bit of fishing. We didn't catch anything, but it was still fun, right? But anyway, guys, like I was saying, from Hatfield Bottom in the Hatfield Campground, this is Leo with the Hillbilly Camping with Leo, duh. And I hope y'all enjoyed our little trip. I really do. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I hope y'all be safe, be careful in this stuff, and really have a really good day. And we will see y'all next time. Until then, Leo out.